All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about really interesting things in this video. Oh, this is going to be a juicy one here. Doing what I do in real time for a few real people out here, just like you and just like me. So, Bruce Springsteen has been in the news recently because he decided to go on a tirade about Donald Trump. And Trump, by the way, fired back, called Springsteen a jerk, said he didn't like his music, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look, it's both of them, all right? I mean, Trump doesn't even have to acknowledge it because I think God had a message for Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, I think, sometimes there's a little bit of divine retribution here. I know people don't like it when that word gets used here, but let me back this up here. So I think this is recently because this was all over X yesterday, unless people were digging up old footage to make old Bruce look bad. I don't remember him falling. And of course, if he did fall, either recently or a year or two ago, the classic rock media isn't going to talk about it. But this is one of the worst falls I've ever seen. And getting him back up again, I mean, here's the footage. Check this out. There's some weird sound effects that someone added to this. He's down, right? Down goes Springsteen. Look at him. Look at him. Okay. So he's not doing any ab work whatsoever. Look at these abs. They are worse than mine, right? And I get it. Dave, he's like 70, whatever. And, from what I understand, Bruce likes to go to the liquor store, or he probably sends someone to go get the booze. But look at this. He's still not up. And they had to lift him up, all right? And then they had the little clown guy show up here at the end. I mean, one more time, because this is just, it's worth it. All right. So he's going up. Oh. So a lot of people have been saying he's paying tribute to his hero, Joe Biden, because Joe Biden was the other guy who fell going upstairs. I think that's the first time anyone's ever seen that. The media, by the way, never addressed Biden falling, and he fell more than once. And then he was on a bike one time, and he just fell over sideways after the bike stopped. And they're like, "Look, Joe Biden, he's riding a bike at his age. That's amazing." And then, wow, that's amazing too. Maybe he shouldn't, like Trump said, maybe don't ride a bike. Maybe at your age, don't, because it sets you up for this, okay? And look, even if you're a fan of Bruce Springsteen, do you want to remember your heroes like this? He throws the guitar off like, okay, his guitar, it's so heavy. Oh. And look at this. Look at this. His legs are in the air. This is just not a good picture. Ladies, I know, ladies, you're thinking, oh gosh, this is, I mean, I'm embarrassed for him at this stage. And there are thousands of people. And funny thing is, see the guy in the back kind of looking on? Almost looks like he has a smirk. Could be the drummer. Not sure who that is. Let me roll this. Yeah, I think it's the drummer. It looks almost like he's crying here too. It looks like Bruce is crying. This is horrible. And everybody's coming in. And they're like, all right, ready to hoist? 1, 2, 3. Up! Got him up! And there he is. And the other day, he's ranting and raving about democracy and these people. First of all, we live in a constitutional republic, all right? Just want to clarify. We live in a constitutional republic. I keep hearing, it's a democracy. It's not a democracy. It's not mob rules. It's a constitutional republic. But this whole ranting and raving about authoritarianism, I don't think God was happy at all. Or it was just a crazy coincidence. And if you don't believe in God, then it was karma. All right? It was my buddy and good friend Karma, right? Wasn't he a Christian singer, Karma? Oh, that's Carmine. Sorry. Just things just pop into my head, and then I can't get them out. The other issue here, and I'm going to screen share again because people are getting too old to do this. They're just getting too old. Look, if this guy had a workout routine, look at this. Look at this picture. Help! I shouldn't be here. I'm too old for this. Get me off the floor. This is how you're going to remember your heroes, your musical heroes. These guys who back in the 70s, you know, just virile, young. That's rock and roll. I'm sorry. Rock and roll is a young man's or woman's sport for the most part. There are exceptions to the rule. Like I said, Mickey Thomas, I don't understand his vocals. I mean, maybe he's not looking very young these days. Rick Springfield. Okay, I said Rick Springfield, not Springsteen. Rick Springfield. He can do this. It's legit with Rick, but there are few, and there are dwindling number. I would say even guys in their 50s and 60s sometimes. It's like, all right, yeah, it was good for a while. Either they can't sing. In one case, you got, Ann Wilson in a wheelchair? Do you really want to go see somebody who's in a wheelchair? That's just, I'm like, no. If you can't stand up, we need to wait. You need to wait until you can physically handle the job of standing or even just sitting in a regular chair. I mean, look what they did to poor Phil Collins, right? And didn't Phil fall over one time? And I remember watching that footage and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like elder abuse or however you want to look at it. It's like, we need to see Phil at all costs. And people, of course, bought tickets and they said Phil was amazing. Vocally, he's okay. But I don't know about amazing. Amazing was like 1985. That was amazing. That was Phil Collins on top of the world. Same with Springsteen, right? 1984, 1985. That's when Springsteen was on top of the world. We're 40 years later, folks. This is getting a little bit silly. And it's also getting painful to watch. And I don't know if I want to keep watching this stuff. But, it's good for my channel. So I'll keep watching it. Otherwise, this is why people are always saying, how come you don't go to concerts? Because I don't want to see these people in this condition. Look, I don't want to age. I wish this wasn't happening, but apparently it happens to everyone except for Ringo and Rick Springfield. But for the most part, it happens. It takes a long time sometimes. Other times it happens really quickly. If you're Methuselah, you've got about 900 years, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm 950 years old. I don't know how much time I got left, but man, I had a good run. Yeah, that was a really good run. But for most of us, if we get to 100, that's miraculous. So anyway, folks, just a few thoughts on the Springsteen thing. We hope the boss is okay. And you know what I would urge the boss to do? Shh. Just play the music. Just play the hits or try to play the hits. And don't climb a flight of stairs quickly. Don't attempt it. Maybe get one of those stair lift things. You could ride up the stairs. That would look really rock and roll, huh? That would be totally badass. Like riding up the stairs on your stair lift. Maybe you have the guitar over the shoulder, like those classic pictures. Guitar slinger Bruce Springsteen goes up the stairs in his Stana stair lift. And man, he's amazing. He looks better than... I was thinking Trump called him like prune. His face is like doing... It's happening to me. It happens to people in different ways. And again, he looks like he should be like on Popeye or one of those cartoons from the 1940s at this point. But we wish him well. We no ill will toward Bruce Springsteen. He's not the only one who is encountering these things at his age. But it would be nice maybe if he pretended to like America and didn't just go on tour so he can bash Donald Trump. I mean, these people, they do have some kind of derangement syndrome. Just play the music. Enjoy your life. Play the music. Quite honestly, The presidency is not the only concern. It shouldn't be your only concern as a human being. There are plenty of causes that you could unite behind. Maybe Bruce Springsteen, is he booked for Farm Aid? He should go to Farm Aid because they've raised like 1/100th of a payment to Ukraine in the last 40 years. So if Springsteen showed up, that might make it so they get up to one half of a payment to Ukraine. Because I think, again, if you're going to help the farmers, you really should go all in. And we know how much Bruce Springsteen loves the working class. All right. So enough sarcasm for one day and enough video footage. Should I show it again? Yeah, let me show it again. I'm just a glutton for this because I want to see it one more time. One more time, Bruce Springsteen. Here he goes up the steps. There he goes. Oh, down goes Springsteen. Down goes Springsteen. Can he get up? Can he get up? No, it doesn't. Up. And lift. There he is. Back on his feet again. It's like a baby song.